The Jacksonville Jaguars, a team on the rise. Is this the year of the cat? They've got some decisions to make in the NFL draft. This is the Sportsocracy, time for another team-by-team 3-round mock draft. The Jacksonville Jaguars have the number 25 overall pick.
They've taken a very subdued path through free agency of, no, we're good. We're young. We're getting better. We have a good coach. We're fine. We spend all our monies. We don't need to spend more monies. And I respect that.
And at number 25, who will they take? At ESPN Draft Nerd.
Deonte Banks, cornerback, Maryland. If you want a freak athlete that is an absolute D-O-double-G dog when it comes to tackling people, Deonte Banks is your guy. I'm not so sure how well he holds up in zone. That's my biggest drawback on him. But he's really sticky in coverage, and he is really physical. And he is screamed at draft boards, and there's a reason. Because at 6 foot, 200 pounds, is he the Tyson Campbell or the Keely Ringo where he's so big? No, but he does that physical thing really well. And then I have conversations about this guy of, okay, so what is your big drawback on him? Well, he's got little arms. Why do I care? I'm not 100% sure why I give a shit about that. I mean, and there were a couple times that he was a little susceptible to the double move. He would bite on head fakes, and he only had 2 career interceptions. Woo. I'm going to put this guy on the field as a second corner. Darius Williams is going to slide into the slot, and now my secondary is evil. I like Deonte Banks a lot.
Right.
I mean, he did himself a lot of favors by running as fast as he did. And we knew it was going to come. But the second you see that 4.35 pop up, you go, okay, I need to re-examine this tape. And when you do, you realize, oh, yeah, Maryland sucked defensively. And so teams just threw away from him. That's why he didn't have more than 2 interceptions. And, I mean, look, there's another corner on that team that was pretty good. But statistically, he looks better than Deonte Banks does because he got picked on more. There's a reason.
Another young gem added to this defense. And don't worry, you're going to get another one. In the second round, number 57 overall.
Isaiah Foskey, edge out of Notre Dame.
It would almost be unfair to allow them to add this. I mean, you just talk about the potential of this pass rush. With him and Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen. Oh, my God.
I agree wholeheartedly. And this is the best kick blocker in the entire draft. Not that anybody gives a shit because it's virtually impossible to do that now. He is a very, very good athlete. The problem is that I don't know that he's very skilled. I'm looking at him like a really wish version of Trayvon Walker of, okay, when I look at you, you look like you're going to be Thor, God of Thunder. The problem is that I watch you on tape sometimes, and he plays super high. He's 6'5". I don't always love guys that are that tall. And this is why. Because his bend is not great. He doesn't get around the edge really well. He's just a physical freak of fucking nature. And it's when you play Marshall. Okay, sorry, Notre Dame fans. That was probably
it's a low blow.
That was probably a bad choice of tape. When you play this lower tier of competition, yeah, he would dominate them. But then I would see him go up against, say, Clemson. And there were definitely splash plays in the Clemson game. But then he just disappears. Like, well, where the hell did he go? And I like him. I want him to wind up in a team with a team like Jacksonville where he can come in as a situational pass rusher. This is the Arden Key replacement to me. Mm-hmm. And if you can round the form out, there is raw material here that can turn into a great pass rusher in this league. My fear is that somebody's going to overdraft him, try to do it early, and he's going to get washed out of the league. Jacksonville would not have that problem.
All right, their third pick in this 3-round mock draft, third round, number 89 overall.
And this is where you get a guy that I am not 100% sure if he's a guard or a center. I think he's a guard. Nick Brocker, Ole Miss.
And this is just a depth piece.
It's for now. I think he could ultimately replace Ben Barch, who has not been particularly good. I liked him coming out, but he hadn't been great. Mm-hmm. And you just look at how young the interior of this line was with Barch and Luke Fortner last year, and then Brandon Sheriff wasn't necessarily as good as you wanted him to be. This is a stabilizing piece of I have guys that can be moved around here. I still love Luke Fortner. I feel like he was not put in the greatest position to succeed last year. And Jacksonville's line has one of those just really bizarre analytical swings. They were one of the best pass blocking units in the league. They were the worst run blocking unit by a mile. Nick Brocker's a guy that can come in and, for me, replace Ben Barge and help you in the running game. He's not a bad pass blocker. It's just I think he is more of that stable, steady force that you need with a pulling guard like Brandon Sheriff and can help sustain Luke Fortner.
Yeah, open up a gap or two, help that running game out.
This is a kid that's not going to win a press conference by any stretch of the imagination. It's because his tape is just he's the blue-collar, lunch pail guy. And this dude has the biggest fucking ears I have ever seen in my life. Nick Brocker, I mean, he gets 5G, no doubt. You put your cell phone next to him, it works better. It's not a dig. I mean, you can't see mine. They're under headphones, but they're not nearly that sized.
Trevor Lawrence coming into his own as the superstar that we all thought he was going to be. He's got the extra weapons. That I mean, you got the running backs, you got the defense, every level. You've got young stars. This is a team on the rise.
And two names that I have to say every time we talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars because I hear them so often. Drop dead spot on Jordan Addison if he were to fall there. And Keely Ringo. For whatever reason, every time I talk to anybody that's even half-ass affiliated with that team, they mention that he gets talked about a lot. Neither one was available in this. And there was a low-key part of me like, okay, I've said that 100 times, so let's say something else now.
All right, 3-round mock draft for the Jacksonville Jaguars in the books.
If you like these picks, if you hate these picks, if you just want to call me a big mulleted dipshit, feel free to do that. Or say that you don't like my... We'll have 2 more mock drafts coming out over the course of the Draftmas season. My A-plus 7-round mock draft that is the best-case scenario for every team in the NFL that will be out starting next week. And then we will have my final 7-round projection of how I think the 2023 NFL Draft will go.
Like this video, share it out with your friends as well. Subscribe to the channel so you can join us for all our team-by-team content throughout the Draftmas season. And don't forget every pick of the 2023 NFL Draft live right here in the Sportsocracy.